After the divorce, I didn't have rides around anywhere. I would be forgotten at practices, abandoned at games. I would have to make my own way to tournaments. It was just too much for me to handle going to school and trying to work. After that, I really didn't have much motivation. I didn't have things that I could take pride in anymore. I wasn't doing well at school. I wasn't doing sports. I broke into a house. I knew the code to the front door. We slid in, and I took a bunch of alcohol, but I was caught. I spent a year in probation. My self-confidence essentially just plummeted. I went job hunting for months, and no response at all. My probation officer in Kent Taylor showed me the youth work program, and it was something that I was very hesitant about.
What the program looks like is that it's a 6-month-long program. They learn things like how to have good relationships, how to have a relationship with your boss, how to have relationships with your coworkers. Once they complete that portion of the program, they head into what we call their internal placement. And those locations are very much a training ground for these youth to go and learn skills.
My hardest struggle was attendance.
Often I would take Mitchell off the floor and have those one-to-one conversations about employer expectations. We received a phone call from Morning Glory Cafe, which is Mitchell's internal placement, that he was really having a rough day and was shutting down.
My bosses sent me out for a break. They said, Mitchell, that's enough. We can't have you here right now. I was going to leave the building, walk to go catch my bus, and then not come back. But that wasn't the case. I came in after my 5-minute break. Sharlene and Meaghan were at the building waiting for me.
Once we took the time to sit down with Mitchell and understand how he learned, it just clicked with Mitchell. And he started to gain the skills and the confidence, and they started working really well together, and he started to really enjoy his time there. Once they've completed the internal placement, we set up an external placement. We are looking to partner with local businesses in our community who will really give these youth an opportunity to learn. Borealis is a local bar and grill. The first contact that I had was Neil. He's one of the part owners of the restaurant. And when we told him about our program and what it is that we're trying to do with these youth to give them these employment opportunities, he was on board right from the get-go.
Interviews have always been a little bit nerve-rattling.
We sat down one-on-one and did some interview prep and practice.
I was super nervous about the interview before getting into it. It was my first time being dropped in a real job in a long time, and I wasn't sure of what a real employer would think of everything that I had achieved in the past 3 months through the program. I knew that employers wouldn't have me before the program, so it was kind of like the first step in building my confidence, because I was able to bring something and actually get it done for myself.
Once I met Mitchell, he came across as someone who was really interested in learning and growing.
And then at the end of the interview, we shook hands, and I came back a couple days later to start work. So at first I was struggling because it was a lot to deal with, and I was already stressed at home, and coming to work and being stressed was hard. I texted Meaghan and Sharlene saying that I was very seriously considering quitting and going to a new place.
So that was another conversation about his confidence and to just give it a shot.
But they refused to let me give up. So there was a businesswoman coming from a hotel, and she didn't know anything about the place. It was her first time eating here, and I kind of just guided her throughout the whole experience. I suggested the food for her, I sat her in her seat, I socialized with her. I was just keeping her happy the whole time that she was here. And then after the meal was over, she approached me and she asked for my name, said she had a great time because of me, and said that she wanted to write a review about me, just to give me credit for the work that I had done.
Both Mitchell and I hadn't seen it yet, so we looked it up and read it. He just looked so happy. His little face just kind of exploded.
Sharlene received the email from Jazz with the TripAdvisory review attached. I was so excited for Mitchell when I read it, and I was very proud of him.
I think it's good to have someone in your corner that's like, you're doing a great job, and everybody should know.
That changed a lot. That helped me gain a lot of confidence at the workplace. I went from being someone who was unsure of what I was doing to someone who was bringing in good reviews, and that kind of really pushed me to be happy with what I was doing. Me being myself is what helped her have such a good time, so it kind of just gave me the confidence to be myself throughout the rest of my work as well.
It just made everything feel like this is why we're here, this is what we do. Mitchell is a prime example of seeing that success and transformation. He's shining now, and he's exactly what this program is all about.
It was very much the work ethic that was taught to me by Ray of Hope that led to me bringing in this good review.
The benefit that employers have in hiring these participants is that they not only get a strong, valuable member of their staff, they also get their wages covered.
I think a business would want to be a part of this program because it really is a great opportunity to give a youth a chance at a job. But it's also great for employers to have a sense of giving back to the community and working with youth and teaching them the skills necessary in order to help them succeed in their futures.
Having this program now underneath my belt has really pushed me to start thinking about my future a lot more. My name is Mitchell, and Ray of Hope helped me see the true value in myself.
If you'd like more information on how to partner with us in our employment program, please feel free to contact me anytime.